I love it that nobody knows the real, nobody knows a consistent story about it, because they asked me, like, what's up with Shalubis? And I'm like, it's complicated.
Ain't it great? Season 8. We're back with the No Dishes podcast. Once again, brought to you by our friends at Visit Bloomington. Check them out at visitbloomington.com. It's a great resource, even if you're just a local looking for something to do. Also, all of our other advertisers on this episode, they help make this whole thing possible. So please show them some love. Anyways, play that theme song.
Hey, say, honey, let's go out to eat. Relieve our culinary duties. With all these restaurants to sweep us off our feet, they're bound to turn us into foodies. No dishes, no dishes, no dishes. We'll have a bottle of wine, relax and have a good time. No dishes, no dishes.
Played some basketball this Sunday and very quickly found out I got some bad knees. And we also have Bad Knees here. Bad Knees t-shirts, Bad Knees stickers, now everything. Owner Jim Beck, what's up, man?
Not much. How are you doing?
Doing well. I stopped by 30 minutes before this.
On the way here.
To get my Bad Knees shirt.
And you got it, yeah.
I was like, dude, I can't do a t-shirt podcast and then not rep your merch.
I appreciate it.
I feel like it would have been pretty disrespectful.
Well, I would have taken no offense. I'm going to guess you've got a lot of t-shirts
I got,
in your drawer.
It's funny, I quit drinking, but all my shirts are still like free alcohol shirts.
Got you.
So I'm still always repping a Fireball shirt or something because it was free and I don't like spending money on clothes.
That's pretty funny.
So this was a big investment for me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. I think it looks good on you.
Thank you so much.
It's a good shirt, too. It's a Comfort Colors, and we're printing on a lot more of those these days.
So have you gone through just like a wild amount of samples to find like what fits, what like...
Yeah, even right now, I've got a sample on. I think I've ordered enough now over the years where I've got my sales rep and he checks in every once in a while. He's like, do you want to see anything? You know, we got new stuff. And I try to remember because it's free, right?
Yeah.
So, and then of course it's just, I'm curious what's new. I think it was when I started, the thin, soft t-shirt was what everybody wanted. And it seems like it's changing a little bit, especially with the younger audience wanting a bigger, like a boxier, heavier tee.
Interesting.
That's the in thing right now. So, just playing around with those. So
I feel like that'd be interesting to see the consumer trends and merch.
Yeah,
you know,
no, it's fun. I nerd out on it, and I've probably gotten even nerdier over the last 7 or so years. Doing it full time, you know, so
bound to happen.
It's bound to happen.
Do you have like a perfect blend? You're like in your mind, like, oh, the best blend is a 50-50 this or 70.
I think I used to be a tri-blend like super fan, which was like a thinner, softer tee. I still like those, but I think I'm more like an occasion t-shirt. Like, oh, if I'm running, I want a thinner, softer tee. But now, like the shirt you're wearing, I'm like, it's kind of what I'm liking. It's a little heavier, and that particular shirt you're wearing is a little longer, and I like a little longer t-shirt.
Oh yeah,
I'm a taller guy.
I need it for my gut.
Okay,
Nothing's worse than just like I barely reach for something. And to me, there's nothing more disgusting than just that like pale underside of a gut.
It's right there.
Yeah, I know. People are trying to watch this to get hungry, and I'm just ruining appetites.
It's over. So
how did you decide I want to get into the t-shirt game and where the name Bad Knees come from?
Yeah, that's a long story, whether it's interesting or not. I think it started here in Bloomington, probably around 2000-ish. I was a undergrad, English major, played music, and it's kind of the stereotypical story of people who get into t-shirts are often in bands because they want to make merch. And a good friend of mine, Matt Cathcart, who is a Bloomingtonian. I'm going to guess he's worked in a few of these restaurants that you've had on here. But he was the one that got me, like, introduced me to screen printing in a very DIY manner. And it was always just kind of this cool thing that, like, you can make your own T-shirt at your house. So I always kind of had that little hobby, I guess, more than anything. And fast forward, I guess, to 2014-ish, I got a degree, started teaching, taught high school in Vermont, taught high school up in Martinsville for a majority of my career. And I think it's just on a whim. I was thinking about T-shirts and how I used to make them, and I hit up Craigslist when Craigslist became not cool. I think right around that time.
You were at the tail end of the Craigslist peak.
But I found these. I remember Matt telling me, even back in 2000s or late 90s, that there were these like helicopter machines, and I didn't know what that meant. And I didn't really look into it. That was pre-YouTube. But I'm sure it was YouTube that around 2014, I started just watching screen printing videos. I'm like, oh, I want to get back into this as a little hobby. And then I found somebody selling a little press, and that was kind of what started it, where I started really going down the rabbit hole of figuring out how to do it on my own. So yeah, it was a part-time just hobby, and then it turned into customs, and then it turned into, I'm making real money doing this. And that's when I kind of switched gears.
Sweet. So what year are we looking at there?
Oh man, it's a little 2015 is probably when I started dabbling, and it was my a hobby, but probably more like a second job, because I taught English full time up at Martinsville High School.
Were you commuting up there? Or did you live up there?
Yeah, I commuted up there for 11 years.
Yeah. I mean, as far as when it comes to a commute, Martinsville's about as good as it gets.
It's not bad.
Not maybe the end spot, but at least like the commute.
I think, right. Now it's great. It's great. I feel like
it's so much easier now.
I dealt with the 2 or 3 years of construction, which was brutal, but yeah, it's a good commute, right? It could be a lot worse. You're
just like, I'm molding young minds.
Yeah,
this is for the children.
And they appreciate every day.
They showed
every
you
period.
They showed you their appreciation.
Thank you, Mr. Beck. We really appreciate what you did for us today.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
And we're looking forward to tomorrow.
Just getting showered with it.
Yeah, they love it. They love, as all teachers know, it's endless praise.
That's why you get into it.
It's too much.
That's why you even go.
I think a lot of teachers are leaving because of the excess praise and money.
Well, they're just making too much.
It's too much money.
Yeah, you can only spend so much money, and then you just feel guilty.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, swimming in it.
All right, so you leave the constant praise and the boatloads of cash.
Yeah,
and you're doing T-shirts. Yeah. So when did Bad Knees as a company kind of form?
I think it was probably 2015, and I think I had. I don't have the timeline and the origin story 100% accurate right now, but I feel like 2015. I had some shirts. I'm like, I'm going to put this on the internet, and I'm going to go on the internet. I'm going to make a business name. Right? You need a name, because I'm not just going to be my own name. So. Back to music, I feel like I had a fake record company called Bad Knees Record Company, or Bad Knees something, and I just recently found the old MySpace page.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that I had Bad Knees MySpace, but it's like Bad Knees Record Company. It's still out there.
Oh my God.
Just can't see. You can look it up, see if you can find Bad Knees MySpace.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. What was the purpose of having a fake record company?
Well, I still make, since my teen years, I record music. That's another hobby of mine, just 4-tracking and making albums under various names. So no one's going to put my music out, because why would they? They will make no money.
They might even lose a lot.
Right, I will not tour. But... maybe it's gone. It's too bad.
Yeah, because now I'm thinking like,
or even if you tried Bad Knees Record Company altogether. I'm really curious now. I feel like it was a year ago. I'm like, oh, there it is. Yeah, the fake record company is to pretend like you're real. It's gone.
I I was going to be petrified if my MySpace was still out there. I was like, what?
Just that whole notion of like, oh, I record music and then I like the idea of I'm going to make a cassette or a CD, and then it's like I'm going to make it look like this little artistic project.
Yeah.
And who put it out? Bad Knees Record Company.
Gotcha.
If somebody ever got that, which nobody ever got that other than my 12 friends. Be like, oh, what's that? You know?
It's the record company.
It looks legit, but it's not legit.
I love that, though.
You know? But that's always been what I've done, and my friends probably just make our own albums, and nobody really hears it. So that's the origin of Bad Knees. But back to like name. Oh, I had Bad Knees. I always kind of liked that.
Yeah, that's great.
And then BadKneesTees just sounded good, so I rolled with BadKneesTees and just let it ride. And now though, everybody sees Bad Knees, and it's just this. No, it's not me. It's not me. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Oh, well, we have some of your music.
Those are my songs.
Let's go. Yes.
If it still plays, though, that would be really impressive. I'm like, no.
Your record company's not going to come after us.
So that's 2005. So that is interesting. So, okay. Yeah, my guess is my MySpace took down all the audio. But
I was going to say, we're about to listen to the, top 40 hit, This Old House. Man.
Yeah, I figured. I think that's what happens. Like some reason they kept MySpace, but like all the content is non-exist.
Well, for those curious, the track names: This Old House, Slippery Subject.
If
We're So Good, No Point, and
I
Explosions.
can cut you off and just say all of this music is under the name JF Bronosaurus. So if you want to look that up, you just have a field day.
JF. Okay. So if you go to the Bad Knees site to say CEO,
but yeah,
JF
just search. No, it was there. Yeah, the search instead. There it is. So it's all there for you.
It has the Bad Knees aesthetic. I love it.
It's very Bad Knees. So yeah, there I am in the back.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely.
That's on Lincoln Street, probably 414 South Lincoln. Yeah. I don't know where
you got a catalog.
It's excessive.
Gotten any big offers yet? No 100 million for the cat. Yeah,
I played Orbit Room on Saturday.
Oh, nice.
And I love playing Orbit Room because I love Orbit Room.
It's fantastic.
It's one of my favorite spots to go get a beverage or a hot dog. And then I love seeing music there because it's quaint. You've been in Orbit Room. It reminds me of like a bar in Chicago. You walk in, it's its own little world down there. I like it.
Yeah, definitely forget where you're at. I was meeting with Mike last week, and they had a little market going on. And I'm like, between the live music shows, a market, like the Cicada Cinema stuff, like what they've done with such a small space, like props to TV Mike and his crew.
It's impressive.
It's wild. I would can you imagine before they got in there, like touring that space and be like, we're going to do this? I'd be like, you're an idiot. But like they do such a good job with it.
I really like it. I think, when I moved out of the basement, I was in a very small space that it felt big like the first couple months. And then all of a sudden you outgrow things quickly, but you have to make it work. You're in a lease, and it's fun. I kind of like that challenge of making things work in a confined space.
Are you wanting to move better, feel better, and live better? Look no further than Move Bloomington, where their small group personal training programs are designed to improve strength, balance, and flexibility. With a welcoming environment, their expertly guided workouts can help you feel supported in the life and activities you love in and out of the gym. Whether you're new to exercise, a lifelong athlete, or anywhere in between, their dedication to personalized programming will deliver sessions that meet you where you are. Get started today using the code NODISHES to get 50% off their 3-session Kickstart program. You kind of read my mind. I was wondering about the progression. So start in the basement, and then you get your own kind of space officially for t-shirt making.
Yeah, it's definitely a basement business for 3 years. And definitely I would teach full time, and then I feel like I would nap, and then I would have my family time, and then it was like printing T-shirts. Like 9 p.m. to midnight was kind of T-shirt business.
T-shirt time,
yeah. It was T-shirt time, which was fun. I was like, I look forward to that. And
Yeah.
once I realized I was thinking about that a lot more during my school day, I'm like, oh, I got this, and this to do, and that became a little overwhelming. That was the impetus. I think 2019, what we said about teachers being showered in money and drowning in it, that was a lie.
For those that didn't pick up on it.
If you just started the episode, we were joking. And, one of those epiphanies maybe on my lunch break, and, realizing like, oh, all my paycheck history is like on this website. I'm like, I didn't know this website existed. And I was cruising through it, and then it's like you see your pay goes up, but your pay doesn't go up because everything is being taken out for health insurance costs. All these extra things go up. So it's like, I'm not making any money. This is sad. Not that any teachers are getting into this. Just roll in it.
For the money, yeah.
But you expect like, oh, this ladder. And then I felt like with the T-shirt side, I'm like, I'm having fun with it. I'm not really trying, meaning not trying to get business or trying to like, make it a full-time thing.
Just
but
having fun.
I just was like, you start looking at the money, like, oh, I made this much money in T-shirts, and then I made this much money teaching. It made that leap easier. So 2019 is when I made that decision, and then it's a scary one because you've got all those benefits tied to teaching. I've got 3 kids. I think I was always just worried of losing those, losing the benefits, losing the health insurance.
Yeah.
But then again, sad and just sad. We'll just say sad in Indiana that right now you could go check out the job listings in public schools, and I'm going to guess there's over 1,000. So I just kind of had that in the back of my mind. It's like, if this doesn't work out, if this is a complete disaster, I can get a job pretty easily.
You're right.
With my experience, and like I was good at it.
Yeah.
Like, I felt pretty confident I could do it. So that was kind of the time to jump, and then it all worked out because 2020 occurred.
And you're like, I'm good.
You're familiar with it, yeah. 2020 occurred.
I was there, yeah.
I also the space up on, I think it was the old Hoosier Hills Food Bank on the Beeline. It's a blue building. Eka Yoga was there. That was my first spot, a little studio space there. And that opened up right at the time I was thinking of leaving. The price was right. And I jumped ship. So that was that was a big scary thing to do, but it paid off in multiple ways, because I don't think I could have dealt with teaching
with virtual learning
with COVID. I just don't think I could have. Maybe I would have got through the year, but I would have definitely jumped ship the next year, knowing myself. So yeah, that the timing worked out, because as you know, 2020, people were at home and people were buying things online.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. You got nothing else to do.
And people were buying T-shirts online. So it really was kind of great for a little T-shirt company.
Yeah. I mean, you guys do a great job of staying on top of what's current.
Yeah.
Whether it be Shalubis or my Gulf of Mexico shirt.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Really appreciate it.
Thank
you.
I
love this shirt. I walked in, a lot of great ones to pick from, but this one stood out, and I thought it was good. I just like to, I stand for bodies of water, and that's just what I do.
I think we all
I think
should.
this really just fits my personality.
I think it does. Looks good on you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Shade of blue.
So what, did you do any like COVID shirts? Like any ones that were like kind of COVID themed, pandemic themed?
I definitely did. Like I did teachers versus COVID. I do a lot of education theme shirts in support of the teachers. It's hard not to.
Yeah.
Professional social distancer.
Oh, no.
You know, that was
That's good.
fun for a minute.
I like
know?
that. Yeah. And here again in like 4 years, you could sell them again because it'll be like vintage and cool.
Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, it was, yeah. You know, with every issue, it's like how in your face do you want to get?
Right.
Especially in these political times. It's in those political times, I guess all political times, it's easy to make like a F Donald Trump t-shirt, right? Or
anyone can kind of
anybody can diss in your face.
Right.
So to try to be creative, perhaps try to be positive. I definitely made some real. I feel like I've learned with the first Trump administration of like he said something crazy that deserves a t-shirt.
And then you're like, I can't print this many t-shirts.
I know, or we print them. Even if we print them quickly, like within a few days,
There's something crazier.
There's something crazy. You just can't make it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's
That's
like
so funny.
I'm sitting on shirts that people are like, "What was that about?"
You're like, yeah, you forget about it because
you
it was
forgot.
20 crazy
Yeah,
things ago.
Yeah, or it was just like 3 weeks ago. You know?
Oh, yeah. 20 crazy things, but 3 days.
Yeah. So I think that was the I learned, you know.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, if it's a hot top, I'm like Gulf of Mexico. This is saying a lot with not much.
Simple.
Simple. It's going to be around for hopefully 4 years, and then something changes.
Yeah. What about like the early years when you first started like just getting into screen printing to begin with? Did you make some like, I mean, you had to have had some kind of maybe wild stuff. Or maybe not wild, but.
Right. Really, I think what really gave me a lift early on was John Prine. I don't know if you're familiar. He's a folk artist. I made a shirt that said, read Harper Lee, listen to John Prine, be a good human being. And that like blew up, I guess. For me, it blew up. And it really helped because his record label saw it and shared it with his audience, which was pretty big.
Yeah.
So that was really cool, like to see the power of like obvious and somebody influential with a following can take your pretty simple design. It was just words on a shirt.
Right.
And that did really well. So that was pretty cool. I think I even remember them like emailing like, you're about to get a lot of orders. And sure enough, it was like maybe 75 orders, which in my basement with no proper equipment, just using like a heat gun to cure the ink, crossing the fingers that it was actually curing the ink. I did it and kind of figured it out, which was cool.
Maybe I had to expand your t-shirt time hours a little bit.
Yeah, I think I did.
9 to 1 maybe.
Yeah, it was late, some late nights. But I think that was cool because it fueled buying more equipment, kind of taking a risk on like another used package up in Greenwood or something like that, another Craigslist purchase. Somebody always getting out of screen printing. It's
What do you attribute that to?
well, right now everybody is getting like me, literally everybody, because the transfers, which are just heat applied images onto shirts, they're kind of like these hybrid screen printed digital ink, and people are able now to buy printers that print these films, and then you can just heat press the art onto it, which we do some of, but we're not buying that equipment. We just kind of order those through suppliers. And
So you're saying that the screen printing equipment's in high demand now?
it's in low demand.
Okay.
Because it's a lot of work to. You need a lot more stuff to screen print than you do to heat press. Like,
Okay. I got
if
you.
you're heat
Because of the
pressing,
newer
you can,
technology.
Yeah,
no one's
you can
using.
you can just go on Amazon, get a heat press, order transfers from a million companies, and get pretty good quality stuff if you know where to go. I guess some of it's pretty bad still, but we're impressed with how far it's come even in 5 years. I think I was always opposed to heat pressing things because I think of vinyl shirts or like Cricut kind of quality, but it's pretty dang good.
Yeah.
So people are getting rid of
The old school
the old
kinda,
school way. It's
yeah.
time consuming. but we won't. We love the kind of art form of it, and we're kind of set up to do it. It's hard to do it in your house.
Yeah, and now you have this beautiful big space.
Big space.
So tell us about that move and how long have you been in the new space?
Yeah, it's been over a year. 2 Novembers ago. Was that 2023 maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it opened up next to the farm stop. It's the old Morrison's appliance building. And we were north on the Beeline, so we were kind of at the Beeline where everybody turns around and rides their bike the other way. There's not much more to see.
Right, like Rogers, yeah.
Yeah, so we never really got foot traffic, and I never really banked on foot traffic when I took that space because most of the business is online and still really is. But I thought this would be, we needed more space. The rent was obviously higher, but I thought more foot traffic, that could offset it. And it's paid off.
Great.
Yeah, no, it's been good because Farm Stop, they have a regular flow of people. And we definitely benefit from their customers stopping in.
We're a little more visible now to people even driving. And
we like making signs and putting signs on the road, and signs work. Like they just do. So
people see it?
People see it. People see the sign and they react. So I know sign laws in this town are kind of wild that I've had to learn. Because I want to put signs on everything because it makes a town kind of fun, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I feel like Bloomington's bad. Just go over to Nashville.
Oh, I've heard.
Yeah,
I've heard all these different.
Much more strict over there too.
Yeah.
Check. Coming to you this summer, it's the Smithville Communications Summer Concert Series in Ellettsville. Brought to you by B97 and Hoosier Country 105.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Enjoy live music every Saturday from May 24th through July 26th. That's 10 weeks of music every Saturday evening from 6:30 to 8. Located at the Marcy Jane Lewis Park. And did I mention it's free? Dance the night away with the Smithville Communications Summer Concert Series in Ellettsville.
But you guys throw those A-frames out there?
Yeah, and Staples went out of business, and whoever worked at Staples, I'm forgetting who it was, but she followed me on Instagram. She's like, I got 3 of these plastic A-frame things. Do you want them? I'm like, yeah, I want them.
Dude, that's so nice that they randomly reached out.
Like
they must have already
$100.
been like a fan.
Yeah. So that was cool.
Sweet. I didn't realize you guys did Buttigieg pins. I just saw that in a picture.
Oh yeah, we rode the boot. I thought I was gonna get to meet him
when he spoke.
I got in like a slap on the wrist because I think I still had to have been in my basement, and I was like, I'm gonna go print shirts in front of the water fountain.
You mean you didn't go for that?
They did. I think even my kids were with me. They were young, and I hauled it, my little portable setup, and I lasted for a little while. I started making posters. I think there's some good pictures that Jeremy Hogan got.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Where I was hanging these Buttigieg posters up, and one of his people came and got one, and were real excited, and they were going to get it autographed and get it back to me, but it didn't happen.
So did IU shut you down, or did Buttigieg? Okay.
I think it was IU. Yeah. I'm sure.
Seems like they liked it. They were about it.
I think Buttigieg would take any publicity. Yeah, right.
Well, especially that adds to the feel, the fun. They're out here printing posters and
free
T-shirts,
posters.
And I waited in line the day before to get tickets and got the tickets to go. I was really excited about it, and then this was back in my partying days. And went on a bender the night before and never ended up going. 2.5 years sober now. We're good. But that's one of those where I look back. I'm like, God, I was such an idiot.
Yeah.
Just missed out on a cool opportunity.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. I remember it was real exciting. An exciting feeling in the air during that time, Mm-hmm. It was pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Being in Indiana. So that was fun.
One of the cool things with your new space is that you've been able to have these is that what you call them, markets?
Yeah, I was going to bring that up because the parking lot's amazing.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of Bloomington businesses don't have that, the just free parking.
Right.
So the lot's nice, just for day to day. But I always kind of like that. Like, I don't know. I love markets. I feel like my wife and I were in Vermont this last summer just for a getaway. And I feel like we stumbled on, like, we were in the downtown area, which is a nice, college downtown. But then kind of off the beaten path, there's a little, like, arty district. There's just this huge market going on with, like, vegetables, but a lot of people selling vintage clothes, selling their art, people drinking beers, live music. So I'm like, why doesn't Bloomington have, like, that? Lots of little farmers markets, but I'm like, I want a market with bands and beer and people just come hang out.
Right.
Give artists, obviously, a place to sell their stuff. Because I think that's hard. I feel like I was fortunate with Talia at Gather, where she let me, I feel like that was where I got my feet wet selling at pop-up markets and things like that. And it's definitely a way to see what people want and what gets their eye. So I feel like, giving a space for other artists that are maybe getting started or in something cool in their basement, I thought it'd be a good place. And
it's kind of like paying it forward in a way.
Yeah, and it's like it's close to downtown, but you kind of got to know about it. I like that. It's not just there in your face.
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad you shouted Talia out because she's fantastic.
Oh, yeah, for
Bloomington
sure.
Handmade Market's awesome. And then she's got Gather and Oak.
Yeah.
The other one. So.
Yeah. No, she's been huge in, like, getting me like a face, really, because even when she was in Fountain Square, I think that's when I first started making some Bloomington shirts. And I think she was excited because she didn't have any.
Yeah.
And then that also kind of opened my eyes to the notion, like, I could make Bloomington merch, like, not basketball, same old IU merch.
Yeah.
But maybe just quirkier, funnier kinds of designs. There's that picture. That's a fun one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Your hair is just looking great there.
I love it.
It's just like,
not as gray. It's graying up on me.
but it's
a little
flowing.
bit now.
It's like,
It's windy day.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah, there's my kid in the back. He's like on the stairs.
really helping out. Oh man. Yeah, that's sick, man. I love it. Such a good picture.
That's good. That's everything.
Shout out to Jeremy, Bloomingtonian.
Yeah.
I've talked to him about coming on here sometime, talking about what he does. He did the 812 show with Steve Volan.
Oh, cool.
Which is really cool what he does.
Yeah.
He cranks episodes out. He does short ones. It's audio only, but it's like,
okay.
He puts out, I think, 3 a week or something.
That's a lot.
Which, yeah, I don't know. We do 1 a week, and
that's impressive.
That's
impressive.
Yeah. Somehow we manage. So yeah, the markets you started last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Well, I moved in November, and
then as soon as it warmed up, you're like, let's
have a grand opening. I was like, we never had a grand opening. We kept talking about it. And it's an easy thing to keep bumping because I was like, let's just wait till it gets nice. So yeah, then I had a grand opening, and that was really cool. Food trucks and pretty much what the markets became. And I just thought that would be like, it worked well. I had figured out some advertising things that kind of worked for it. Tried to flyer, like, I put a lot of effort into it, and people showed up. And then I'm like, well, let's give it another shot and just call it a market experiment with that, like, out. Like, if this is not worth anyone's time, because it's a lot of work.
Yeah, oh yeah.
To set up a thing, and then if nobody comes out, it's a sad feeling.
Demoralizing.
It's very sad.
Like, I thought I had pull, but apparently not.
Right.
It's humbling.
For sure. And then I also, it's hard for me not to, like, empathize with like a vendor coming and setting up a tent and then getting all the stuff put together and then not making one sale and taking it all down. Right. It's like, that's the worst. It's like it's not a big deal for me really because my stuff's all here.
Yeah. You're just open the doors. You're there and they're just setting up for free.
Right.
Like I feel bad Future Friday when we have a slow one. Mm-hmm. Because they're paying us.
They're paying the fee, right?
But we have to pay to rent the park, and then we pay for the band. Mm-hmm. But like, if it's just a slow one, it's a slow one, and you're just like,
I know, and I know everybody understands that.
No,
It's like,
they
you know,
do, and it's great. And you have your gangbusters weeks, and it all. You got to look at the averages,
Right.
You know, some people don't want to come out to Food Truck Friday if it's 95 degrees,
Right.
Or even if they think it might rain, they might not come.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's I'm sure you're just like sorry guys, sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, I feel like after the first two markets, I'm like, this is good. Like I think, like you definitely like I want to pay the bands and
Right.
to pay like to charge vendors. So I think I started charging like $10 or $15.
That's not bad at all.
It's not bad. And then I just to run some Facebook ads really because I think that works, or at least I've figured out how to make it work.
Find who you're targeting.
Right.
Yeah.
And get people to share that. And then I just had the idea like, oh, bands like merch, and I can make merch pretty quickly, you know. So giving them like a t-shirt deal, like
Nice.
20 t-shirts, and now I got a sticker machine. So now I feel like
Game on.
Game
Let's
on,
go.
like,
we're about to get better bands. I got a sticker
we
machine.
can set you up with 20 shirts, and you can go sell those for $20 a piece and make real money.
Boom, $400.
Yeah.
Let's
So
go.
yeah.
That's cool though. I love in-kind trades. You know, we're working on bringing back taste and working with Master Rental on, hey, how much of the tinting can we do in
Right.
kind? And really excited. I don't think this is a No Dishes exclusive.
Let's
I
drop
don't think
it.
we've announced this.
I'm very excited.
Bad Knees is going to be your official merch vendor, supplier for Taste of Bloomington.
That's correct.
Garrett, add in a sound effect there.
Please. Nice.
Thanks. Yeah, we've
Nice.
been working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it down.
It's fancy studio stuff.
But yeah, I reached out to you. I'm trying to remember who even had the idea, and I was like, "That's genius." And I'm like, "Yo, dude, you want to do the taste merch?" Because again, we talked a little bit about it. Like when you put on an event like the size of Taste, you got to find people that are good at what they do and just let them do that. Because you can't do it all, and you're gonna try. If you try to reinvent the wheel, people have
Right.
already figured it out, and they do it really well. And it's supporting community partners. So Taste, I like to think of as the epitome of a community event.
Yeah,
And
for
so,
sure.
like, let's see who can all pitch in and make it happen. And I'm really happy that you were receptive to the idea.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're going to be, Bad Knees will be selling the official t-shirt. And then I think probably other stickers and whatever.
Yeah, we've got some ideas. We've been talking at the shop. I've got a pretty solid team with Lisa and Carly. And yeah, just thinking ideas that, you know, everybody's got a favorite Bloomington restaurant. There seems to be some good crossover between them, even images, pictures of food, words. We're thinking. We got our thinking caps on.
I was so excited because essentially I was just like, hey, we'll have this official shirt. But like outside of that, do your thing.
Yeah.
Because you know what the hell you're doing. And you guys are super creative. And
We appreciate that.
yeah, just like have fun with it. Go sell it.
Yeah, and I think we might try to do like a pre-sale kind of thing too.
Oh, nice.
Put some stuff online for people to get it. I think we can make that happen. So
Maybe should we do like a No Dishes shirt, Garrett, that says like, I talked to Jordan Davis and all I got was this lousy t-shirt, like something like that. And we'll just give one to every guest. I don't know. I just thought about it. I feel pretty good about it.
I would be wearing that tomorrow if I received one today.
Yeah. That's good to know. Yeah, Garrett, you can't put that on there yet.
I know. I didn't know if you
I
wanted
know.
to show
I haven't
it or
showed
not.
this to Jim yet. That's the one Mark came up with.
Oh, that's great.
The pops. So that,
That's good.
and then that.
Oh,
When did he send that, Garrett?
I think just today.
I didn't even see this come through with the revisions we looked at
2 hours ago.
Yeah, I haven't even seen this.
Hot off the press.
Yeah. So anyway, we're looking like that.
I really dig the popsicle one.
Yeah, that'll be the main one, and then we figured the tongue one.
You don't want me to put these on the screen?
No,
for
we
the
can't
viewer?
yet. We can't.
We're just talking about
when's
the logos.
When's this episode come out? I think in 2 weeks, maybe. So this will be announced 3/31. I just don't want to like undercut ourselves.
Oh no.
Or
This
like
is
that.
coming out on the first.
Oh, perfect. Then yeah, let's put it in there. Better business, better community. For over a century, the Greater Bloomington Chamber of Commerce has been a cornerstone of business growth and community development. They are dedicated to helping local businesses thrive. Their business is all about your business. Join the Chamber today. Call 812-336-6381 or visit chamberbloomington.org to learn more.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom!
Boom.
Shout out to Mark Bookwalter with Visit Bloomington, also an incredibly talented stand-up comedian. He does The Comedy Addict. He has a comedy special, I believe, called Sage. It's on YouTube.
Nice.
So, Mark, thanks for his work on that, and go show him some love. What's that?
You want to see the second one too?
Yeah. Boom! Gold tooth and all. But yeah, so between Mark and everything Bad Knees is going to do, I feel we're going to be a lot of cool taste merch and just stuff going on, and really exciting, and excited to have you guys as partners. And then Garrett and I were talking, pretty much just having a sticker machine. Like, how long have you had it now?
We got it in January.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
put an order in toward the end of last year. We got it pretty quickly.
people just lighting you up.
We're getting there. We're still learning. So we haven't like launched, like the goal is to get good at our stickers and then put on our custom printing window there. Kind of a hopefully easy system where, you know, you go to any sticker website, you can get a 1, 2 inch, 3 inch sticker, and then try to streamline that. But it's a learning curve for sure with the machine. Which
I love that on your site. You have a Gulf of Mexico sticker, and it's shown on a cyber truck. That's so good. So where did the kitten come from? Because that seems to be pretty predominant on a lot of your stuff.
That's probably been the most consistent, the focus cat, we call it.
Okay.
There on the screen, that's Meow Cat. That's a fairly new cat to the mix.
How many cats are there?
There's a few cats. There's the pink one. That's
the focus cat.
like that's even an old picture on my old hardwood floors.
You can
look
do
at
it.
that.
Just focus. You're great. I love it.
So, for whatever reason, maybe because there's a cat on it and a positive message, that one's kind of lasted a while.
Yeah.
And it seems to be the one that people see out and about the most.
That's the one I associate the most with Bad Knees.
Yeah, it's great. I'm really, I love that one. Yeah, a lot of our art, people are often ask where we, like, who does it, who gets it. A lot of it, like that one, came from a clip art book. If you can remember pre-internet days, like the 90s, even 80s. It seems like most of them from the 90s that I can find still are like Dover, but the ready-to-use one there. Like all these books are out there. And they're open source, copyright free, like stuff like that. There's just pages and pages of drawings. And that's where the cat came from. And of course I added the words to it, but ta-da, like
boom.
And that maybe this is like why I also like screen printing, because I'm not a talented artist. Like I wish I could draw all the things I find in the books, but I just can't. I can draw some funny little cartoony things, but yeah, I get a lot of my art from open source stuff. But the internet's kind of, we all know it's kind of terrible in it. If you look clip art, you're going to find a lot of just generic, boring clip art. But I feel like you can find some good stuff in old books.
Just got to know where to dig.
Just got to know where to dig.
Yeah. Well, and that's
a good example. I haven't even seen that book before. But that's
old fashioned kill. Oh, those are great.
See, there you go. There you start a t-shirt company. Anybody can do it. This is
you're giving away the secrets to the sauce here.
This is not rocket science, everybody.
Yeah. I don't want too many copycats popping up.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. That was fun.
Just going to wrap here. It's all downhill after that. Well, no, I think there is an art, though, too. Finding, the right art to use and the right words to put with it.
Right.
And, like, the simplicity of it. Like, you're not trying to be over the top. Like, look how funny we are.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, it's a positive message. You got a kitty cat. Like, and it works.
It works.
And a lot of people I don't think would have that vision or see that. Like I wouldn't have. If you told that to me, I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like people.
That's all right.
But I'm not. There's a reason I'm not in the t-shirt business.
There you go.
You know, like I don't know. Well, that's cool. I love seeing the success you guys are having because you're doing it your way. You're not. You know, it's like it's very uniquely you, Bad Knees. Like you have a brand identity, and it's like it's not forced. It's not like it's just you guys are who you are, and I feel like that's what resonates with people.
Appreciate it. No, try.
Yeah, this is us. You mentioned a couple of your team members earlier. Two of them were going to be here. Had some stuff come up, but I want to give you a chance to show some love to your team.
Yeah.
And talk about the work that they do for you.
Yeah. So Lisa, I hired both of them similar time. I think I was thinking of that cat. I feel like I spent a year just printing that cat, and shipping the cat. It's not the most efficient design to screen print the way I do it and the equipment I had. So I just felt like I could never get over a hump of I want to make new designs. It was like, oh no, you got all these orders for this cat. You got to make the cat because you don't have any more. So
I feel like this cat haunts you now.
It was
I'm surprised you
I
still
just got
even...
to that point. I'm assuming this is a pretty common small business thing of I need help, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to do all this. So it was well, I want to get somebody in here that can help me with orders. And that was Lisa, who she has her own brand, Doodle Girl Designs.
Nice.
And we sell some of her stuff at our shop. She's got her own website. Some really similar.
Yeah, doodlegirldesigns.com.
Check that out. Similar vibes, a lot of positivity.
Nice. I love
her own art.
Yeah, I love the aesthetic of all that.
Yeah, it's great. So I knew she was, she knew this world of, handmade stuff and selling it online and selling through other retail stores. So I just thought that was a good fit. So I hired her, and at the same time, Carly, who lives in Martinsville. I feel like she messaged me a year before I hired her, just hey, I'm interested in screen printing. And I was like, cool. I was not, my head wasn't in hiring at that point. But right around the same time, she messaged again, just saying I'm checking in, which I thought was cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Somebody still wants to learn, and
right.
Must have been following along and so I kind of, that was a first gamble of not just hiring one person, but I'm going to hire two people. So I kind of just, tried to be upfront of we'll try this out as a print, a kind of a print internship. I don't know what we're going to call it. Just part-time. She already had a job. So she was open to it, which I'm grateful for. And long story short, she's so good at printing. She picked it up really quick, and then it just became, I'm going to hire you for more hours. And she left her other job, and it just worked out. So
that's great.
It was great. And I just kind of feel like things fell into place. Where Lisa right now is our superstar, shipping, receiving, customer service, kind of dealing with orders and then helping out in whatever way she can, whether that's printing or heat pressing, organizing the shop, just a little bit of everything. And then Carly's definitely helping me get print stuff organized, set up. She's just kind of the print guru.
So mainly just 3-person team?
And then I've got Garrett, who he's 10 hours, and he's really just kind of my jack of all trades. He'll help heat press, he'll help fold, he'll inventory, and there's always shirts to fold.
Is that the mantra of Bad Knees?
Yeah, there's always,
you know what they say. There's always some shirts to fold.
And I feel like I like to think we're pretty organized. It's kind of some organized chaos in some aspects, but we got barcodes on most things. So I think that's that's impressive.
You got a Garrett. We all need a Garrett.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah. It's good.
What makes Garrett's are what makes the world go round.
Yeah.
So Garrett, speaking of Garrett, just pulled this up. This hoodie sucking on a chili dog outside the Orbit Room. I just got my sticker for that. So Orbit Room has some badass stickers from Bad Knees now, including one that says sucking on a chili dog outside the Orbit Room, which is so perfect because in that music video, it's the Chocolate Mousse.
Oh,
Yeah.
Maybe
And
I didn't. I haven't revisited that video in a while.
Yeah, you don't just watch the Jack and Diane music video, dude. I figured that was daily watching. Yeah, about 48 seconds in or so on the Jack and Diane music video.
It's
I don't
the
know
old
if
one?
we'll be able to actually put it in, Garrett.
Well, we've got to wait for an ad so Johnny can get his payout, you know.
Yeah, but I don't know if we might get flagged for copyright if we include this in our video. But we can watch it. But yeah, it's 48 seconds in or so.
For some reason, yeah, might.
Yeah, there we go. So that's outside the Chocolate Mousse stand when they're sitting. And then when they go up to right before that, they go to the
Here, I'll
window
flash it
and
on
order.
screen really fast.
So
Boom.
yeah, it was called the Penguin at the time, but it was the old stand.
Right.
So when he says Tasty Freeze, he's lying.
I guess I never heard that.
Yeah, that's one of our. That's our we have two pop culture tidbits about the Chocolate Mousse
Yeah,
history.
that's a good one.
That's one. Yeah, it's like
That's a really good one.
we
There
should
it
have the
is.
world's most famous chili dog.
Outside the chocolate mousse. I mean, he could have said that.
I know.
Stuck on chili dog outside the chocolate mousse.
Sucking on chili dog outside Chocolate Mousse or outside the Penguin.
Yeah.
You're telling a musician,
Yeah,
obviously.
no, that's it sounded good.
Thanks. But yeah, but I love I got it on my laptop. So now every time I'm DJing Root Cell or whatever,
Great.
promoting Orbit Room. Did you guys just do plain old Bad Knee stickers too? I'm assuming.
For that one, for that design.
Or just a sticker that says Bad Knees.
yeah.
Okay.
We've got some Bad Knees stickers.
I'm going
but-
to snag one and get it. I love just piling
Yeah.
stickers and stickers on the laptop.
No, I really like the. I'm selling those online too. Mike's some Orbit Room merch, kind of testing the waters of I want to. I want to support. Orbit Room. I like that place, and I think I've sold 5. I don't even know who has bought them. The chili dog ones.
It's great though.
Yeah, it's
Good design, and Orbit Room does great dogs. Can we talk Shalubis and Monolith?
Yes.
Well, now that I have your consent, the Monolith. So I actually love the new one, the thing they changed to what we have now.
You like it?
I like it.
Okay.
Yeah. Interesting. You're that's a bold take. I don't know. I drive by it every morning, and I think it looks pleasant. It's way better than the Monolith.
I think so.
Not that that's a high bar.
I mean the images that they there's it's so funny looking.
The No Dishes podcast is brought to you by VisitBloomington.com. VisitBloomington.com is the best resource for restaurant and culinary information, special events, fun activities, places to stay, and more in our area. We share a similar mission here on the No Dishes podcast of highlighting local businesses and the people who make our community unique. We can't thank them enough for hopping on board. Check them out at visitbloomington.com to easily plan your next meal, visit, or night out on the town. No, yeah. I mean, that would have been
It's amazing how wild they are. But
that became a whole thing, and it was kind of a joke in and of itself, the Monolith.
it was a
And you guys-
joke. It was a joke that it was perfect. Yeah, somebody had to do something and I feel like people were mad about it and said a lot of funny things. So I thought, I don't know, it was a grand opening. It probably was a grand opening that I unveiled the Monolith. Because I thought Bloomington, the city of Bloomington, they got a little nervous, They got a little nervous.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, if they're not going to, I'll go to that picture. I'm proud of that one. That one, yeah.
To the right.
Right, yeah.
Yep, Garrett, over to where you were.
It's the
left,
monolith with the people.
up. Yeah. That's so good. How long did that take?
It did not take very long because
what-
those people are AI people. So
what's
I've
at
been
the
dabbling.
base of the Monolith?
That's a great question. I'm guessing I'm more curious about the red ball. Like,
Yeah, no, I accepted that.
so
I
that
like target ball.
Well, they have those around the square, right? They're all around the square, so
they
people
do
don't
have,
drive over the
they're
corners.
you just don't drive.
Also,
So
a target ball constantly says, "Hey."
Yeah.
As you-
hit that instead of the other two things.
yeah, maybe they should have done the current sign and the monolith together.
I was hoping
You're a visionary.
Well, I was hoping the city would have seen and heard about my idea and incorporated it.
Did you think about going to like speak to city council about it?
I thought about it.
I could see you with a large printout poster
I thought about it.
during
Yeah.
public time.
Right. It would make for some good content for the internet. But yeah, I just thought I would make my own monolith, Bloomington's smallest monolith, and have that be something like the community could enjoy, visitors could enjoy. So it's always on display outside my shop in the window. And then I do have a stand that on nice days I will hang it outside on the wall. But Mother Nature's doing its thing, and the rocks, which are from, I believe they're harvested from Lake Griffey.
Foraged,
Foraged.
if you will.
Right. I have on my YouTube channel that I don't think anybody has gone to my speeches about the monolith.
Oh, this is fantastic.
And I kind of forget the origin myself, but it's long. They're long speeches. So I think I gave a speech unveiling the monolith, and then I also had the first official lighting of the monolith for the holiday market.
So just like on the square.
Right.
Yeah, lighting
you know
it up.
how we gather around
Yeah.
and the community comes together. We had
So
had that moment in my parking
3,000
lot.
4,000 people.
We had 3,000 to 4,000 people.
Yeah. It's impressive.
But I'm proud of it.
That's good. I mean, you should.
So
Are those the only two?
And we have 1 view and no views.
The fact that those are the only 2 videos on the YouTube channel makes it that much better. Oh, here we go. So you have 3,000 to 4,000 people behind the camera.
Yeah.
You don't see them.
Right. And I think Brick Lancaster happened to be playing in a band. He gave me some great organ music. And then the first one, Kid Kazoo, his band was up next, and he played an amazing background to my speech. Really added to it.
Essentially, like if John Williams scored it.
Yes.
I always think of Kevin McDowell as our
Yeah.
John Williams.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. He can do anything on that keyboard. And there's the lighting of the monolith.
That I'm impressed.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have to shout out Cliff Marr at Jackson Creek Middle School, who's in charge of the STEAM class. He painstakingly looked at the models of the monolith that were presented, and he used some 3D printers, and that's what the monolith would have looked like. A lot of people don't know that, but that's what it would have looked like. Look at 40 feet.
Wow. I love how on this video it's like dated. Like in the title, it's dated. So you remember the historic date of June 15th, 2024.
And that helps because I need to put the market calendar together.
Good. I'm sure we can't hear it, but I'm sure there's uproarious applause right now
It was pretty good.
from the video.
And I think after people see this episode,
24/7.
Is that Kazoo in the background of that?
what's that?
Is that Kid
Yeah,
Kazoo?
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this is good. Everybody should watch it on their own, though.
Yeah, this
with headphones.
Yeah. Sound on. The Aldi bag.
Yeah, sponsored. And the crowd.
Might be the first time I ever shed a tear on this podcast.
Well, don't be ashamed of that. It's a
Gotta
big moment.
lean. It's got to lean into it.
So that's the Monolith story.
That's good. That's even more. There's a lot of meat there.
I just thought if the city of Bloomington wasn't going to do it, somebody needed to.
Yeah. Well, that I'd imagine. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was probably a little bit under budget from what they had originally proposed.
I'm not sure. Okay. I'm not sure what the cost was on theirs. Yeah, there were just so many people saying they didn't want that phallic image to be the thing people saw when they drove in.
Yeah.
And
I don't think I've ever been roasted as bad on here as you just being like, you like it? I'm never going to forget that. That was good.
Well, I feel like in the, it made me think of the lighting speech I referenced, how they built a wall, right?
Okay, yeah.
But there's a hole in the wall. So is it even
a wall?
A wall. I don't know who the artist was who conspired that. But
I don't know. I mean,
I've not seen it up close. I will admit I've driven by it many times, but I haven't like walked up and touched it.
Yeah, I drive by it all the time. I like it when it's lit up at night. I mean, I literally just every time I'm coming into town, I drive by it and I don't know.
Makes you feel good. This is your town.
It gives me a little sense of Bloomington pride.
I think the city of Bloomington succeeded then.
Yeah, I don't know.
Even if one person gets a little
that's worth $40
warm and fuzzy,
alone.
It's worth $40 million.
I don't know what the actual budget was on that, but
I doubt if it was $40 million.
That's probably the convention center is only 71.
125,000.
So if that was 40.
Okay. It seems.
Oh, that's not bad at all. Well, because I remember the Monolith. We have different opinions about 120.
I mean, when you start at 40 million, what's 125?
It's all relative.
Yeah.
Well, 125.
Yeah.
That's a well-paying yearly salary for somebody.
It is.
Or two people.
And it's a limestone. I don't know going rate for blocks of limestone.
Well, it shouldn't have had to travel very far.
No. And the letters with the lights behind them. I don't know. I know signs can get expensive.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, the apartment in the backs. I think
that's what makes it. I mean,
do you have a favorite apartment complex in Bloomington?
That just brings the same sense of pride.
Because mine is the Bentley.
With the color changing lights, is that what does it for you?
It is. It's the LED.
And the name.
And the name.
Just screams,
and they kind of
screams luxury.
I'm not sure who's in charge of the light switch, but they change it up.
It goes. It's constant. Every time that's the only light in town I like to get stopped at. Is at 11th Street. Going south on Walnut, if I get stopped at 11th Street, it's going to be a good day. Sometimes I can just sit there and watch the lights.
Yeah. Sometimes you might just pull over.
I feel like I'm at an electric forest.
And they got that too.
Yeah. Well, that just says, hey, we're local.
They're local.
We get it.
But that light is, I don't know if it's hard to capture it at night. I've tried at the stoplight to get a picture. It just doesn't do it justice.
No, yeah. It's,
there it is.
Yeah, right there, that little corner piece. Yeah. It just changes. Oh.
No, that's a lot.
Whoa.
We're not interested in that.
We went back in time there.
There you go. I love finding those little Google Map glitches.
It used to be Delilah's Pet Shop.
Right?
Wow. Yeah. That's interesting. Wow.
So this thing changes colors, right?
Yeah. No, I think you're right though. The apartment's behind the sign with like 50% occupancy and $1,500 studios. That's what really gets my Bloomington pride going.
Right.
I think I'm preaching the choir.
It sounds like Bentley's the most popular apartment complex too.
Yeah, or just the one at like the Dillon. I love when it's just a guy's name.
I do like the Dillon.
It's like, can you imagine that? Well,
sucker,
so I heard
sucker for the Dillon.
So apparently, because when I first heard, like, because it was called something else and they renamed it the Dillon. Like that's the stupidest name I've ever heard. And they're like, oh no, like this company, it's like four guys, and so their name, like the apartments are called the Dillon, the Thomas. Can you imagine the ego you need to have to just be like, yeah, just call it the Jordan. We'll have 500 beds.
Yeah.
And everyone's going to know my name.
Yeah, the architect used brick and did a round thing. I'm not sure the appropriate term, but that's different.
Yeah. I mean, Victorian maybe.
Oh,
Is that?
I don't know about that. Nice awning.
Yep.
Yep,
It's good.
it's good.
Shalubis, you been?
I've been to the old location, and this is the story that we sell, not where Cafe Pizzeria, people have seen that image, but the original location was on the west side. In 1790, it was, I forget, if you find the shirt, I put the date on it, I forget it, but that was the original.
1700s. Mm-hmm. Wow.
And that was the original logo. The original owner was from Iowa and was a big Hawkeye fan.
Okay.
So that's why he sees the black and gold in our design.
What did you guys ever get a name of the original owner?
There's the shirt down there. I didn't. No, but our story is that we.
Okay, I see the black and gold.
Yeah.
Look at the sense of pride on your face.
We love it.
You know, that's a guy that just smashed a wet ribbon.
Yeah. I love it that nobody knows the real like nobody knows a consistent story about it, because they asked me like, what's up with Shalubis, and I'm like, it's complicated, because I don't think anybody's really got the origin story down.
Like the real one or the fake one?
Either or.
Well, my understanding.
Let's hear it.
The Bloomington Town Planner is a community calendar owned and published by local residents John and Sharon Martin. Mailed out to Bloomington homes in December of each year, it features school schedules and community events. And don't forget the coupons at the bottom of the calendar. They'll save you money and help you decide on the next restaurant or retailer to check out here in the Bloomington area. Town Planner also has an online calendar which can be found at townplanner.com. Make sure to sign up for their weekly e-newsletter so you can stay on top of all the fun events going on around town. There's a guy called Moose. He works at Heartwork Brewing, and
I think I've talked to him then. Maybe.
And I think he's the one that made like that image that went on Twitter and where it says Shalubis on the Cafe Pizzeria building. And
but
I think
before that, there's a before that.
Is there? I don't know. I thought that was the start of Shalubis. But again, I had no idea about the deep, rich history.
I just thought it
centuries.
appeared in like a AI article or something first, and then it showed up in that picture.
See, I thought it showed up in the AI because of
that.
I think that's
know.
but I don't know.
This is the first I'm hearing that, but
We'll
that
have to go to
sounds,
Heartwork and talk to him and see if Moose can give us some direction. Home with B-Town's wettest sandwiches. Soggy Reuben's, $17.99.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. So that was the second location.
Is that Ken Nunn in the top left?
It looks like it.
Yeah. A great place to chill with friends and enjoy comforting food. Who's that?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know. I need to find out more of the lore. Yeah, you guys got a Ken Nunn shirt, don't you?
I am Ken Nunn.
Yeah.
Which I'll admit that was a great Instagram comment that a follower shared around the Barbie time of like, I had this idea of like an I am Ken Nunn shirt you should make. And I get a lot of t-shirt ideas, you should do this or this is
I'm sure. Yeah. I almost asked earlier.
And some of them have, some of them are great and maybe just not the right fit, but this one just really felt good. It just made sense with BadKnees, I thought.
Yeah, just giving power to the people.
And then shout out to the Nunn Law Office. I don't know if they get a lot of shout outs on this podcast.
Weekly.
But they did buy, I want to say 75 hoodies for the office.
No way. That's wild.
We got to, I'm sure there's a picture of us with me and Carly with Ken Nunn.
So they were cool about it.
Very cool.
That's so sick.
And his daughter, I'm pretty sure it's his daughter, Vicky. Sorry if I'm wrong on that. She used to be a teacher. So I feel like even these connections were kind of fun talking about.
Right.
Super supportive. I think a lot of people just defaulted that you're going to get sued. and I was thinking, why would Ken Nunn sue me for putting his name on a thing?
Right.
He seems to like that. I don't know if you've been around.
Have you ever ridden any public transportation or?
Right. Go up a little. Go up. There we are delivering. Go up. There.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
What a guy.
Very nice carpet in that place. If you've never been,
No.
I hope no one ever has to go.
Yeah, I haven't been.
We almost wheeled our cart onto the carpet, and that would have been bad. There we are, America.
What a. That's gold. That was gold.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look! Can you go back to that lobby? Look at that lobby. My goodness.
Yeah, sophisticated. Maybe we were underdressed for the moment, but
I think you were just right.
So that's Shalubis.
Yeah.
Ken
So let's.
Nunn.
I guess time has flown. This has been fun for me, at
It's
least.
been a blast.
We got 10 minutes.
Okay.
What? Let's talk about, I guess, real restaurants, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about Orbit Room, our love for Orbit Room. Do you get a chance to dine out, elsewhere or anywhere else you'd like to show some love to?
Yeah, I think I feel like I've been doing more Lenny's in this last couple years. I'm not sure why. I always like Lenny's, but I don't know if it's like you, restaurants just you forget about them.
Oh yeah,
you kind of get in your groove and you're kind of doing the same thing. But I really do like Lenny's. I like the pizza. I like their beverages over there. I don't eat mostly vegetarian diet, so I always liked the Owlery. Though I'm not really sure, is the Owlery happening right now or no?
Last thing I knew, it like closed in December and said, "Hey, we're going to reopen again soon."
Yeah,
and last I knew, it hasn't reopened.
that's what I thought.
And they were trying to find new owners.
Right.
Offered it back to like Toby and his partner to potentially, because they were the original owners.
Gotcha.
Didn't yeah. So I don't know. I think it's kind of sitting there,
Yeah,
but it could be
over
right. It
the
might be
years.
open.
Over the years,
But I think if you go to Google, it says permanently closed.
that's kind of what I thought.
Have you had the planted food truck?
I have, and they've done our markets.
Nice.
So it's a good fit too. I'm a Rush Hour. I don't feel like I've heard if I mention Rush Hour to people, they're like, "Where's that?"
Yeah, yeah. No,
I'm like, what are you talking about?
I'm glad you mentioned that. They don't get mentioned nearly
The
enough.
soup's delicious.
Yeah, they do a great job. Really good banh mi.
Yeah.
Yeah, they. So Robin was the owner. I think she's still part owner, but now isn't maybe involved.
Gotcha.
They came to Food Truck Friday. That van that sits out front that never moves.
Okay.
They had brought that to Food Truck Friday back when we did it at the old stand.
Oh wow.
And I reached out to her actually a few weeks ago. Be like, hey, how you been? What's going on? Do you want to come on the podcast? And she's like, yeah, like I'm not really like hands on like I used to be. You should talk to my business partner or whoever. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping to do a Rush Hour Station episode.
That'd be cool.
They've been around for a minute.
Right.
And they're really good, and they're forgotten about, I think.
Yeah, I'm surprised that as many people, if I talk about a place I like, and they're like, I've never been there. But same thing for me, though. I feel like I've not been to a lot of places still, and I've lived here a good long while.
Can you think of a place that you want to go to that you haven't been to yet?
Well, now you say that, like, for whatever reason, it popped in my head. I can't even think of the name, but it's like the Blooming Foods, a real nice restaurant. What's the name of that one? The Elm.
Oh, yeah. But yeah.
We had a meal there for the first time. That was really good.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of looking forward to going back there. But where can I get a good salmon? Like, do you eat seafood or are you not a seafood guy?
I love seafood.
So if you were like, oh, I want just some grilled salmon or any sort of grilled fish, where's your go-to place in this town?
So C3 and Uptown do really good like fish specials. If you're doing like a fish entree.
Maybe C3 is one I've never been to. And I don't know why that's just not on my radar.
So they'll always have a fish, whatever, catch of the day. I don't think they call it that, but
Yeah.
they're fish.
Catch of the day.
Catch of the day, yeah. But they always have some fish plate and it rotates, but they just do fish well.
Okay.
Whatever fish I've had from there, it's always been
Great.
prepared well. Malibu, the number one thing I recommend to people at Malibu is their caramelized salmon.
Gotcha.
And it's excellent. It's very, very good. I think I only had it one time where I was like, yeah, but most of the time it's like really good.
All right.
And then my favorite salad, which people are surprised to know I have one,
Yeah.
is at D'Angelo's.
Oh,
their house salad.
It's another place I haven't been to in forever.
Add salmon.
Okay.
So just house salad, add salmon, and it's a really good salmon and it's a really good salad.
I like both those things.
Yeah.
Like both those things.
Anything else I can answer for you? It's always fun when tables get turned.
No, that's great.
Yeah,
That's
glad I
great.
can help. We've thought about doing like a no dishes like food guide
Yeah.
or like something like that.
Where do you buy your fresh fish in this town?
Oh, I don't.
You don't cook your fish.
Well, I just got a Costco membership,
Okay.
and so I've bought my fish at Costco.
So you don't live here, or do you?
I do. I just I just drive 45 minutes to Costco.
You go up there.
As of 2 months ago.
I thought about doing this too because that's the closest one, right?
Yeah. Okay. So this has been. I've had several people been like, "Hey, I've been considering it."
Yeah.
And seeing you do it.
So talk me into it. Is it?
Yeah.
Is it good?
I think so. I think everyone's different, but the amount of times my girlfriend and I stopped at like something and been like, fuck, that looks so good. You know what I mean? Like it's 10 times more than at Sam's Club. It's like, it's very comparable to Sam's Club, but they just have so many things where like, God, that looks so good.
Yeah.
You know? And so we'll just have a full cart already. And I'll just
Gotcha.
be like, yeah, we can't get that. So we've barely scraped the surface. We've been twice now.
Okay, but you so far so good.
Very happy.
Okay.
And it's like we get a nice little
You get a
45 minute
little
drive.
Chit chat, have a cup of coffee.
Get to know how each other's day went. No, it really is just, I like the little drive up there.
Okay.
I like just the variety of stuff. And it's obviously if you're local, I mean, go to Butcher's Block or whatever, but that's just been what's fresh on my mind lately. And with a lot of other companies scrapping or scrapping their DEI stuff, Costco has kind of stayed strong.
Right, and that was
so I kind of feel good about that.
That's what has been in my head, you know, because where are we going to get that stuff? You know, where are we going to get that stuff that Sam's place has?
Right. Yeah. It's not a bad drive. It's good.
Okay, I like
Good
this.
time. Tell them I sent you. You'll be like, who?
Coupon code.
Anywhere else you want to show some love to before we go?
I mean, Farm Stop's great. It seems like they've got a pretty good following, but I still feel like I think we just get new people that drive by that place or our stop and check it out, and they're like, we didn't know this was here.
Full name's Rose Hill.
No. Bloomington Farm.
What am I thinking of?
Collective.
Okay, there it is. What am I thinking of? For
That was the name.
It was the name.
They did a name change.
Oh, okay, so I'm not. All right. Well, maybe still.
There's some, I think there's some history there.
Okay.
You can look into that, and the internet will.
There's some tea there.
Yeah, I think the Rose Hill Cemetery, the history of that connection to it. Some people didn't like that connection.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I'm not 100% on the history.
Okay, like a Jordan Avenue situation. Maybe
I don't even know.
Okay,
I don't even know.
You're like I just told
should
you
be
I
more
wasn't
educated.
familiar. Dude.
Stop.
Are you still asking me?
Stop talking to me.
That's good. We're gonna end on that.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Congrats on all your success. I love everything you're doing. I have so many friends that are big fans, and very quickly have become one.
Cool.
So looking forward to working with you on Taste, and maybe come sell some ice cream at one of the experimental
that'd be
markets. And
Yeah, that'd be good.
yeah, appreciate it.
Cool.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What another fun episode, huh, gang? Thanks to Visit Bloomington, as always, for being our presenting sponsors. Thanks to Everywhere Science for this cool sign. Nate and team hooked it up. And thanks to you for watching so we can keep doing this. See you next Tuesday morning with another new episode of the No Dishes Podcast. This episode of the No Dishes Podcast was recorded, edited, and produced by Garrett Portinga of Green Hat Media in beautiful downtown Bloomington, Indiana.
No Dishes Media.
No Dishes Media. it.